everybody. Welcome to the Trophy Room pre-show. If you hear the AC in the back, that's because it's 100 degrees and we are not recording yet. I'm your host, Joseph. Alongside me, the greatest co-host, whoever is, whoever will be, Mr. Kyle Stevenson. How are you, sir?
You still need to send me a Zencaster link.
I knew I was forgetting something. How are you, man? How are you feeling? How are you holding up?
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. No, that work thing that we talked about earlier.
And then she responded. Could you tell her, listen, you're in the middle of the most popular PlayStation podcast that's recording at this very moment. You need to figure this out. You know, like very nicely, better than I did.
Okay, I'm off the hook.
Good. That's not even words. I have a really good opening question for you too, by the way.
Okay. Did not plan for top tier, so I'm gonna shoot from the hip.
Yeah, I'll give you
ideas.
5 minutes.
No, I have ideas.
I have vague ideas as well.
What up, Nisa? Eating pierogies and listening?
What up, pierogies?
I'm not a pierogi person, as I say that as a almost full Polish person. Yeah, it's like almost blasphemous to say, but
it kind of is. That's like the only good thing you guys got.
Whoa. You know? Hold on now.
Mm-hmm.
Put some respect on kielbasa, okay?
I don't think I've ever had kielbasa. Is that a stew?
Nuts. It's a sausage.
Oh, no, yeah, no. I'm sorry. We have you beat. You never had chorizo.
I've had chorizo.
And you're saying kielbasa's better?
No, I'm saying it's better than pierogies.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Why did you immediately jump that I was shitting on your culture's meat tubes? Like, I don't understand what.
I don't know, man. The culture's taught me to be upset. I don't know what to tell you. Oh my goodness. What's up, Stingray? Let's do.
You're gonna see me melt, by the way, Stingray, because Joe can have his AC on. Me?
Well, just for the pre-show. I can't have it. Post-show or real show. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Baldur's Gate 3.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Nisa says.
Oh, the mashed potatoes. Mm-hmm. Okay. Stuffed with wrap. Okay. Yeah, they're all right.
Yeah, they're like, My family loves them. Me? Nah. It's not Baldur's Gate.
Damn it. But it's a 93. Could that be Diablo 2?
I don't know. Could it be?
Could be.
Could it be? No. PC. What's this word?
Okay. This has to. Okay, then this has to be StarCraft 2. Or it's like some Warcraft or Warhammer bullshit.
What's that say up there?
It says
Genlog and High Life or something.
Huh.
I'll put in
Supreme
StarCraft
Commander.
But then we'll go Supreme Commander if this is not correct. Okay. Oh, it is StarCraft.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, would have definitely had it there.
Yeah.
Wait,
oh, yeah.
Whoa. StarCraft 2 only came out in 2010?
Holy shit,
Why did I think it was way earlier than 2010?
Right. Same. I thought that, yeah.
It's only 14 years old.
Mm-hmm. As we say that, StarCraft 2010 was 14 years ago?
Jesus.
Jeez. Stop it, this mortal coil that I must shake off. I'd rather hang on to. All right, let's see this. Let's see this next one. Of course, we're warming up with Guess the Game. Okay, we're guessing games.
Okay, I know this game.
What up, Luke?
I know this game.
Tell me. What do you think
I don't know if I'm going to get it on this screen, but this looks super familiar. Like, this looks like a gauntlet dude, right? Like a Viking.
Looks dwarven.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't be World of Warcraft. I would know that.
Would it be like one of the Lord of the Rings games, maybe?
I was about to say maybe a Lord of the Ring. Why is only 19 trending on Twitter?
Please don't. Please don't.
Oh, no.
What is this
What?
game? What did I do to deserve this, my lord? That's the name of a game. Oh yeah, chat can't see it, but that. Let's just go Conquest and see. It's not a
Okay.
Lord of the Rings game. 72. What is this? What is this character doing up here? D2. Is that a banner or something? I'm gonna skip. I got nothing.
Okay. I was gonna say EverQuest.
All right. If it's not EverQuest, it just acts as a skipped anyway. So
Yeah.
well. No. Oh God.
Oh, what the?
I take
fuck?
back what I said. This game is familiar to me.
XCOM.
No.
Oh wait, yeah, you're right.
They don't have dice in there.
Yeah, they wouldn't have dwarves in there. Why is it all RTSs? Can we do?
Is Dwarf Fortress a game? It is.
I mean, let's try
Let's
it.
see. No.
Turn-based strategy.
Those are orcs.
Those are orcs, but they're not. Put Warcraft 2 in there.
Did we get back-to-back Blizzard games? Whoa.
Oh, is it?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Blood Bowl?
Yeah, Blood Bowl. Yeah. America.
Holy
Look at us.
shit.
Look at us. Remember when we never lost one of these?
I remember.
Remember that?
Is that what this game looks like?
That's wild.
Did not have that in my bag of like, this is what that game looks like.
Yeah.
That's
I thought it was just football,
crazy.
but with orcs.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
And there's 3 of them. That's wild. Oh, I have a guess right off the gate.
All right, go for it.
Let's see if as I type this in, because chat can't
Okay.
see it. You tell me if this is bringing up any memories.
Ooh.
So I'm going to guess Uncharted 4, the opening scene where Nate is
I like that.
working now as a deep sea diver.
Yep.
Wow!
Are you kidding
love
me?
Uncharted 4. I have that
Holy
platinum.
shit.
I've done that speedrun a million times. I know that
You have to
underwater
plat?
grass. Hell yeah, I do.
Oh my god.
You had to
That's the one where you had to beat it in
6
under.
unders out or under. It took me like 8 tries.
God, that sucks.
God, Uncharted 4 is so good.
It is good. That's a well-earned plat, dude. I can never beat it under 6 hours.
Shout out to Triple G, I believe, also has it.
Oh yeah?
Mhm.
Okay, Green Gorilla. I see you. Is this Oberdin?
I mean, it's a good guess. No.
Is a fish game? No.
Oh.
It's indie game.
Uh-huh.
Can I give you a little 411 on something before we start this show?
If you want to. I mean, we are on air, so just be careful what you say.
Well, you can't unchain this dog. You know what I mean? Woof woof. So I went to the dentist. They fixed my fillings, and they actually gave me 2 crowns instead of like replacing the one. So like they gave me a free extra crown, which is very nice.
Oh, nice.
But now I just taste a little blood, and I heard that's normal for the first few days because my gums may be bleeding a little bit.
Okay.
But I don't dig the taste.
You don't like the metallic taste of blood?
No, I can't say that.
No
I
one's
did.
ever made you bleed your own blood?
Nobody.
I'm blanking on it. I'm blanking on it. But
Platform. Android.
It's not Grindstone. Is it? Oh my god.
What up, Savoy? What's going on, my man?
It's not Loot River.
He's trying to guess an indie.
Loop Hero?
Go for it. That could be
Loop
it.
Hero? Oh, what happened?
He accidentally hit skip.
Oh crap.
Yep.
Well, I'll still say Loop Hero.
Yeah.
Damn. Fully released in 2023. I know this game. I haven't played it, but I know that I've seen it.
You know,
Vampire
I'm
Survivors,
doing okay.
like...
Savoy. I'm doing okay. Can't say I'm great. Can't say I'm unwell.
I'm gonna turn my camera off for a second, but I'll be right back.
Okay, he's cheating. Guys, what do we think this game? Oh, I know why he's doing it. I think I know why. It's I think a work related thing. Okay. So this is obviously an indie game. Early access. Released in 2023, full access.
Wasn't a work related thing.
It looks it looks like okay. It looks kind of like a Vampire Survivor-esque game.
Oh my god. Okay. I think it just came to me.
All right. 30 minutes till. Oh, whoa!
And I swear on my mother, I did not search that out when I was off camera. I went to go get my movie theater cup because I saw you were drinking your Ghostbusters. It's Wolvie and Deadpool.
Now, dude, okay. Have you seen the popcorn cups, like the popcorn bowl thing for Alien?
For Alien, no. Is it a facehugger?
It's literally a head of the xenomorph. You pop open the lid and there's popcorn in there.
That's pretty sweet.
I could get that. Yeah, I'll fall for it. This looks like an N64 game. But I need more.
Let's do state of emergency.
Okay.
They made a second
Dude,
one of
Deadpool's
those?
gonna be great.
Ooh.
Could this be a Final Fantasy?
No.
Okay. All right. Crow Country.
Game that came out this year. Similar stylings.
Let's see.
I'm curious if this is it. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Joe,
this guy is
you
Jason
would
Bourne.
love Crow Country from what I've heard.
Yeah?
It's an old school survival horror.
I've been thinking about it. They said they were going to give us a code back in the day. They just never responded back to the email. I'm like, all right.
I think it's. I think it's fairly cheap. We should check if it's part of the sale. What's going on?
Oh, that's true.
It's on my list. I got to play it before the year's up.
Yeah, that is another one that's on my list too. That and Bo that just came out.
Okay,
and
so that's
that one.
This is a window.
To the wall.
So the sweat is dropping down something. Let me tell you right now.
Oh. It's a children's show.
Is it? We regularly talk about gooning now. I don't think it's a children's show.
We got a goon. What's wrong with gooning on the go, dude?
Today's letter is G. What is G for, everybody?
Gooning. Yeah.
I don't know. Let's see. Let's do Harvest Moon.
Watch it is.
Nah.
That would be nuts.
89. Is this Advance Wars?
No.
I'm just seeing the red and blue, and that's what I...
Oh, I mean, it could be... Type in Advance Wars, but I don't think so. It looks a little bit too goofy to be Advance Wars.
No, it's not.
Yeah, no.
Game
Okay.
Oh, is this Zelda?
Zelda. Yep.
I'm not a Zelda person, so I need you, Joe. What's a Game Boy Advance? Which one is it?
Minish Cap? Try Minish Cap.
Hey, nice job. Hell yeah, dude.
All I know is this game's very, very, very good.
Whoa, hold on a second.
Very good. What's up?
Capcom developed Minish Cap?
Yep.
Huh.
I know.
Who would have thought?
I know. Not me. All right, last one. Then we're going to get into the show. Also, Kyle, this is going to be the episode with Abu Bakar Salim.
Sweet.
So let me just make sure I get that down here. Let me see.
Okay, we got water. We got a sea creature. First thing that came to my head, Joe, is Tachia.
No, go for it.
It's not. Oh, too old.
Too old. God, one of these again.
We always end on
sick
these.
Of this. All right, listen. I'm not in my 40s. Okay,
right,
you're just stopping me because of my lack of existence.
We need more than what they're giving. Let's skip.
Yeah.
Okay.
DOS doesn't exist. You can show me on a map where DOS exists. You can't find it.
I'm gonna skip again.
Okay.
Who and what is this? Who is that character?
It's a wiener, man.
Let's do another skip.
Okay.
97. Is that Wallace and Gromit? No, maybe not.
No.
Let's see the game in action with 6.
Okay.
Because I got nothing. I still have nothing.
What is this? Oh, Kyle, you forgot to write me a couple of things, by the way.
What do you mean?
For the intro?
I did it.
Oh. Okay.
Why?
All right, you're right. No, don't worry. I'm big, dumb, and...
No, you're not. It's hot. We've had a long day. I think we have another loss on our hands show. I don't think anyone in the world has ever played this video game.
No. No.
It's not a Leisure Suit Larry.
Mm-mm.
It's not Doug. Nickelodeon's Doug.
Doug. All right, I'll take the L on this. I think Arcadie's so good that honestly.
Nope. Oh, Savoy coming in with a guess. I have nothing better to do.
Maniac Mansion.
No. Twin Sons Odyssey? No.
I know. Should we even count that as a loss?
No one in their right mind has ever.
I'm not going to. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm not going to take that as an L.
We ain't taking that.
And honestly, it doesn't deserve the dub. There, I said it.
Okay.
All right, Kyle. Are you ready? Chad, are you ready to talk about video games?
I am.
All right.
No joke, Joe.
Yeah.
I am so excited to talk Concord with you.
Oh, let's do it, dude.
Oh, man. All right, chat. We'll see you in 16 seconds.
You got to eat a little spinach, but we're going to do it.
Oh, sure.
Oh, wait, no longer greatness has arrived. Welcome to episode 385 of The Trophy Room, a PlayStation podcast made by the players for the players. I'm your host, Joseph, aka Mr. Badbit, and it is here where me and my best friend Kyle talk about the latest, the greatest in all things PlayStation. Of course, this week, we chat about Sony Japan was tasked to make bigger budget games. Gears of War E-Day job listing hints at PlayStation. And then in like these weird quotes, it doesn't, but Kyle will appease Joe here. Our Concord beta impressions, Bakar Salim interview, and so much more as we do it live each and every single Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on youtube.com/PS Trophy Room and audio services the day after. With all that said, and with all that out of the way, the greatest co-host who ever is, who ever will be, Mr. Kyle Stevenson. How are you, sir?
I'm okay.
Yeah?
Be totally honest, it was a rough mental health day. Don't know what caused it. Work was fine.
Sure.
It's just like
a brain day.
Yeah, just down on myself kind of day. So I'm happy to be here, talk video games, and
that's fair.
I'm like super excited to talk about a multiplayer game. It's weird.
Which is wild that you are,
weird.
Dude. Absolutely wild. That said, Kyle, I shaved my head. This wasn't out of a mental manic state.
Sure.
It's because it's too damn hot, man.
You're telling me.
it's well, today it hit like 103, or it was gonna feel like 103 out. It's absolutely wild. So if you hear fans in the background, we don't apologize. It's too damn hot. That said, though, I have a question for you, Kyle. A nice little starter question, because you know what? Here's the thing. Everybody's down in the dumps lately, right?
Sure.
And I feel like we're in the midst of summer, and we should be vibing. We should have nice summer vibes instead of existential, this is doom vibes.
Yeah.
And I was just chilling out. Like I went to the pool today. I
Nice.
soaked up some sun.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I did some swimming. It's a Lord of the Flies situation over there at that pool. It's real nuts.
Who's the leader? Have you identified the leader?
So no, it's literally all run by kids, and they all open the pool like 15 minutes later than it should. No one knows what the hell they're doing, and there's literally the position called adult manager, and I just can't get over that.
It's funny you bring that up because my mom, I think like most grown adults, watch Access Hollywood and like these like afternoon news channels for whatever reason. And there was a report, I forgot what channel it was on, but they were talking about adults who collect toys and stuff. And they have started referring to them as kidults. Kid/adults. And he kept you know, correcting himself whenever he would refer to these people as adults. He was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, kidults."
I hate this so much.
Just let us enjoy things. Like, I don't understand. Why do we have to...
Also, these are statues. Okay, and if you can't tell the difference,
exactly,
go to hell, old man.
You.
Okay. Oh, you broke capitalism, but it's my fault I bought this Spider-Man statue.
Ooh,
okay, old guy.
So sorry, I have hobbies.
Right? Oh, we only had eight channels. You know, we didn't have cable. It's like, shut up, old man. Shut your dumb mouth. This got me thinking though, because humble brag, I indulged myself this Prime Day, and I just bought a whole bunch of. This is how I know I've been adulting. Ready? You want to know the number one thing I bought? The first thing I bought on Amazon Prime Day? I bought a water pick.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because dental hygiene is real important. And then I bought a whole bunch of cables and stuff that I needed, like a whole bunch of USB-C cables and whatnot. And then my old mouse was dying. And so I picked up this bad boy right here, the Logitech G5220.
O2.
Whatever that is. Whatever. It's backwards. That said, Kyle, it got me thinking as I was unboxing this bad boy that I got for $20. Do you keep the boxes of like all your collectibles?
Yeah, I'm part of the problem.
Yeah. Do people like do people understand like it goes down in value if you take out the if you throw away the box, or God forbid you got to ship it back to them? You need the box.
Yeah, and I'm strictly thinking of like all the old collector's editions that I have, specifically like the God of War Ragnarok one. That box is like art. Like it's very cool looking. I don't want to just throw it away.
Absolutely. I have the Ghost of Tsushima right under here.
Yeah, I keep them unless it's something that was either damaged in shipping or whatever.
100%.
And it's less pristine, or I don't have that attachment to it. But like, I have all the Horizon boxes still. I've got God of War. I've got Arkham,
Elden Ring helmet
Origins.
box.
Yeah,
that ain't going anywhere.
No,
but like this old mouse box, sure, I'll toss it. I've
let go of maybe console boxes a little bit.
Ooh, Nisa in the chat says she kept her her.
I used to, box. And I might have it in the closet over there, but I don't know. I'm running out of space.
That's the thing. So like only if it's the limited edition play, like if it was like the Spider-Man PlayStation 5, you keep that. But
yeah.
You know, if it's just
I still have a fully boxed, never been open Spider-Man DualSense.
Ooh,
I got that bad boy sealed still.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's
I wish I still had
item.
I wish my God of War 1 was still working.
Stingray says all my boxes are long gone, straight to the trash.
How dare you?
And Nisa mentioned, yes, I do have new headphones, or quote new. These were headphones that I got a while back that I didn't like on my PlayStation because the mic is not great. So it works on PC, and that's what the other thing I got on Prime. I got a little USB adapters because it was like USB-C, and my PC doesn't take that because it's old.
Nice.
So again, a lot of old man shopping for me.
Only thing I got to do on Prime was cancel my Prime subscription because I didn't have the money for it.
Take that one, Jeff.
Take that for your Prime Day. I'm broke
no,
to
it worked in reverse. Exactly. All right, Kyle, listen. All that like keeping boxes and stuff, which you should. because and last little story here. I went to Digital Press. This was like a few months ago.
What is Digital Press?
Digital Press, if you ever want to assassinate me, Clifton, New Jersey. Sometimes I go there. Take your best shot. You best not miss. And also, if you're going to, don't like Abe Lincoln me. And don't like grassy knoll me, bitch. Okay? Like, I want face to face. Take your shot. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, don't do that, please. I like life. But so it's like an old fashioned like video game store. And I was selling my Halo edition like Elite controller.
Sure.
And my best friend and I, Amy, we've always had this conversation or argument because she doesn't understand why I keep boxes. She thinks it's an OCD thing. And I'm like, kinda, but it's mostly because it's gonna go away. Like I'm thinking of its value. And she was with me that day, and we took it to the cashier. She's like, "I'm gonna give you." She gave us like $200 for it, which is awesome. And I go, "Would I have gotten more money if it came in the box?" And she's just like, without the cashier, she without missing a beat, she's like, "Yes." And man, I've never felt more vindicated in my whole entire life than that moment right there.
I've been watching a lot of like retro video game like hunters and whatnot that go to like flea markets and stuff and buy old like cartridges and the old school games. And it's always fascinating when they find just the box alone going like for $40-$50 on like a
it's important.
Like on a generic Game Boy game. Like that isn't like known for its greatness, but it is a box that has survived this long and is in great. It's like, it's cool.
Absolutely. Luke says, imagine missing a shot. I don't know.
You tell me, Luke. I had one rule. I had one rule this week.
I don't know, Luke. You tell me. Where was he this weekend? I can't tell you that. Kyle, a little bit of housekeeping before we get on in here. Of course, it's the Trophy Room store. We got merch, baby. Link down below in the description for all that goodness. Rep the podcast and help us as well. It helps us out. That said, Kyle, we have a Patreon-ish pitch from Drellish. Would you mind reading this pitch for me, sir?
Oh, yes. I will read this short story that Drellish wrote for us. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow gamers, and Trophy Room enthusiasts, gather around for some sizzling summer news that's hotter than your PS5 after an 8-hour gaming marathon. July is officially freebie frenzy at the Trophy Room, and boy, do we have a treat for you. We're postponing our Tales of Kenzera Zhao discussion to August because, let's face it, in this heat, the only tale we're interested in is the one about how many times Joe can say Bloodborne Remastered in one episode, or how many cheap plats Kyle was able to collect this week. But fear not, dear listeners, we're not leaving you high and dry like a noob in Elden Ring. For the entire month of July, we're opening the floodgates to our Patreon vault. That's right, you get access to all our Patreon episodes absolutely free. It's like Christmas in July, minus the ugly sweaters and plus a whole lot of gooning goodness. If that wasn't enough to make you do a victory dance, you can even dive into our latest community discussion on God of War Ragnarok. Trust me, it's more epic than Thor's hammer and more intense than Kratos' parenting skills. Now, if you find yourself falling head over heels for our content, and let's be honest, who won it? Why not consider becoming a Patreon supporter? Choose a tier that suits you, whether you're a casual gamer or a trophy hunter. We've got you covered. So what are you waiting for? Pause that game, put down that controller, carefully, we know how much those things cost, and head over to the Trophy Room Patreon feed. It's easier to access than the secret level in your favorite video game, and twice as rewarding. Got game recommendations, burning questions, or maybe you just want to share your latest rage quit story? Hit up Marcus O'Neill or Drellish on our Discord. We promise we won't judge much. Remember, By the Players is your monthly dose of PlayStation Paradise. It's like a support group, but instead of quitting something, we encourage to pick up that controller one more time.
Hot damn, I love that one. That was a good sales pitch there, Drellish. Better really than I could ever do.
That was really good.
That said, talking about the overheating thing, I'll be real. The reason why I also bought those adapters was because the PS5 Slim, a great design console, was overheating. No, it's not. Was overheating the USB adapter for my Elite headphones. So it would get so hot that it's like, we're just gonna stop working. We refuse.
Funny you say that, because 5 days ago over the weekend, but it just wouldn't connect to the internet. at all. Everything else was still connected, but I had to change the DNS server settings to that 8.8.8.8 whatever setting.
Yeah.
It works now, but it just refused to connect to the Wi-Fi anymore. I was like, maybe it's just too hot. Maybe it's just like, I'm good.
The weird thing too is like with the Pulse headset, it's not USB-C, it's USB-A. So it's like, first off, they didn't put enough USB ports on this thing, and anywhere where it's not in direct ventilation. So I had to go buy this Anchor adapter so I could plug it into the front of the PlayStation 5 Slim. So yeah, was like $5. It probably went up in price because, again, Prime Day, and I'm a bit of a thrifty shopper, if I don't say so myself. But yeah, and it works. It'll work on the PS5 and all that goodness. So just a little heads up. All right. That said, listen, we talked a lot about Patreon. And honest to goodness, it does help us out a great bit. If we ever got you through a long car ride, a tough day at work, whatever your situation may be, it definitely helps us out. Even if it's just $1 a month, it really does help keep the lights on. It keeps the show going. It's the reason why we look so great, sound so great. It's because of your generosity over at patreon.com/PS Trophy Room. But I will say one extra thing. If you're not a patron, and you want to support, first and foremost, I want to thank you guys. Whether you are a patron, whether you are a Discord member, whether you are a listener or watcher, if you're just in the cubicle vibing, thank you all so much for supporting the show the way that y'all do. It really does mean a lot to us. And if you go, Joe, I really love this show, but I'm not financially there, first off, please don't. But if you want, there's free ways of helping us out. So rating us 5 stars on Spotify, rating us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts, going over to the YouTube video, hitting like, share, subscribe, hitting the bell button. It really does help us out, and it boosts us in the algorithm. So if you could do that, that'd be wonderful. Thank you all so much for doing that. And of course, I want to thank our producers, our newest producers, Stingray X at the bronze tier, Luke Field at the bronze tier, Big G at the silver tier, our premium producers, Todd Burowitz and Toxic, our platinum producers, JC, Jedi Master Ren, Cowboy Danger D, Jonas Young, The Green Gorilla Gamer, Chaotic Milky, Ryuko Kill 90, Stephen Flesh, Shrubbles and Bits, Bertos Maximus, Chris, Hybrid 748. Matt Valdez, Silcanet, Decimine, Jadis Von Metal, Mitchell Gramling, Randy Hill, Mike Thomas, our gold members, Cypher Primus, Doth Simon the Pie Man, Jesse Garcia, JB the Purple Monkey, Hayden Doors, Katie, Kevin Mitchell, Kevin Diaz, Marcus O'Neill, The Red Arrow, Aegis Hermit, Androsaur, Astronaut Jr., The Winter Gamer, Robbie Bobby Miller, Brenton Zachary, Final Fan XZ, Hambone, JD Dillinger, Stone Cold, Tino Six Speed, N. Johnson, Sean McKenzie, Rick Arrington, Matthew King, Duh Overlord, Dewane Raksha, Drellish, Rick Davis, Steph Midler, Samuel Nestling, Maximum Carnage, Solo, and the Lord Commander Suddy. Make up your mind. Are you going to be in the hospital or not? At this point, he took another trip. You believe this? Have you seen this? Have you heard about this? But don't worry. He's all fine. He's good. He's on the mend. But at this point, you're either in or you're out. You know what I'm saying?
Joe's got to know if he's got to raise your children. Like,
exactly. And marry your wife or whatever. I got to know, Suddy. I got to know. He loves these jokes, and I just don't know why. I would have been like, yeah, listen, let's tone it down. And he's just like, whatever, let's roll the dice. I love him. All right, that said, Kyle, it is finally time to square up the news.
And I don't want to overstate this for everyone that's just listening to the audio version.
Yeah.
Joe and I are glistening right now. It is so warm.
Again, I'm hearing the click of the fan, and it's in my OCD, it's bothering the hell out of me. It's just giving me the only relief that I have.
Stingray has a good suggestion for the trophy room trophy
What's
list,
that?
by the way. Joe calls all the names in one breath.
I would die. I'd die before I reach the gold members. Are you kidding me?
First bit of news that needs to be squared up comes from Zarmina Khan over at PS Lifestyle. Sony wanted Japan studio to make big budget games, says former dev. Silent Hill and Gravity Rush creator Keiichiro Toyama has told VGC and Sony wanted its now defunct Japan studio to move towards big budget games. Japan Studio was PlayStation's oldest first-party developers, and its closure reorganization in 2021 after 30 years of operation took fans by surprise. In a new interview with VGC, Toyama said that he personally wanted to make quote-unquote original, creative games rather than be bound by massive budgets, but that's not the direction Sony wanted to go in. Toyama departed Japan's studio shortly before its closure and ended up founding Bakar Game Studio, where he's making upcoming title Slitterhead. Quote, with Sony, there was an increasing motive to make more highly budgeted games, and it wanted to go that way with the Japan Studio brand, Toyama said. My motive was always to create original games. I feel I can do this without a massive budget, end quote. Japan Studio is behind some of PlayStation's most beloved IPs, but towards the end of its life, it struggled to make commercially successful titles with few exceptions, like Astro. Some of its creative endeavors, like Gravity Rush, didn't quite make their mark despite positive reception.
Oh, Stevenson, we were always very bummed about Japan Studios' closure because it's a huge part of the PlayStation identity. And as I look at... And that maybe even gives a bit of perspective into Tengo Gameworks, their closure, hearing the rumors of well, it was kind of because, the head of that studio left and he was a legendary name. And since that studio doesn't have that name and it doesn't have that pedigree that it once did because of them, we're just going to close down the studio because it's not worth it. Hearing the news here, does it give you the closure that you needed to hear, or is it still a sore subject to you?
That's an interesting question. I don't know if I was still hung up on the closing. Was I bummed? Of course I would, because it's a super talented studio that made great things, but I'm also okay with if they weren't going to make the big budget games and sticking with their vision. I'm happy that they stuck with that. Because we've seen just in all forms of media where when money gets involved and things get a little bit too crazy, too big, the quality declines.
Sure.
Even though their whole lineup, a lot of it was not for me, but who can't look at it and be like, man, they were really putting out such unique inspired choices for games, things that nobody else was really doing.
Yeah, and I think because of them, listen, Josh, put one down. Put it down on the chart. The story we talked about way back when, but the reason why we got Bloodborne was because of Japan Studio reaching out to From Software and Miyazaki-san. So seeing this news, it's just you lose. I don't know if it gave me understanding. It didn't give me closure per se. It's in the sake of the bigger budgets, in the sake of, the numbers on the spreadsheet, we're going to sacrifice these creative endeavors that are just artistic and unique. And, maybe something doesn't have to reach 9 million units sold. Maybe it could be a Gravity Rush and do reasonably okay. But there's just so much talent, I feel that PlayStation walked away from simply because someone said, I don't want to make a big budget game. I want to still keep it small. That said, Marcus O'Neill writes in, hey boys, with the news coming out that the reason for Japan Studio closure was because Sony wanted them to move towards making bigger budget games. My question for you is, which Japan Studio's previous titles deserve a big budget sequel, and why is it Puppeteer? And again, it comes to the weird, unique things. Puppeteer is a really weird but very unique and very charming game. So Kyle, I bring the floor over to you. What is that one game from the PlayStation Studio catalog that you would have loved to see have that big budget, the likes of a Ghost of Tsushima or Uncharted?
I'm looking through the list right now of all their older games, and I'm just making sure I'm not missing another one first.
Yeah. There's quite a few out there that
okay, I've got one.
Yeah, go for it.
I would say Hot Shots Golf, right?
Right.
But I feel like a bigger budget I don't know how much better it would get with a bigger budget, but my choice is Ape Escape.
Oh, I was surprised you didn't say Wild Arms.
I have no history with Wild Arms.
Oh, I thought you did. What was the
Legend
one?
of Dragoon is the PlayStation RPG
That's what
that I
messed
love.
up with. Okay.
But yeah, I think they had such a great mascot with the Ape Escape character, which I'm blanking on his name right now. Red spiky hair. Spike. There we go.
Spike. There you go.
That
I was gonna say Mr. Escape.
like I think there was 3 games
mm-hmm.
already, but I would have loved for them to continue that into like later generations. Yeah, cause that'd be cool.
Yeah, I hope with like what Team Asobi is able to do and give the freedom is, because like you talk about like Hot Shots Golf, right, or Everybody Golf, whatever. Like there are so many unique little experiences like Patapon or whatever, like that. I would love to see Team Asobi take over and go, hey, here's the quirky little fun games. They're not here to light the world on fire per se, but like they're here to strike that creative itch or scratch that creative itch that we have, that like this could be like akin to like the Mario parties, right? Like that's what I'm kind of thinking is like, yeah, well, like Mario Kart, Mario Party, like the fun family games that aren't about like skill per se. I would love to see that, because I feel like when it's those quirky titles, I feel like they kind of shined over at the Japan studios.
Yeah.
So like for me, yeah, I'm sorry, go for it.
I was just gonna say, like, Jeeves in chat shouts out Shadow of the Colossus, which is a fantastic game.
Yes.
It kind of already got that big budget treatment with the remake.
Right, with Blue Point.
Yeah.
And
it's fantastic. It's great.
And again, it goes back to the thing that like breaks my heart is like there are so many, like, listen, Shadow of the Colossus, did it light the world on fire? Probably not. Maybe, Well,
just to save you from the comments, it's one of the best games ever made. Like, relatively regarded as like one hell of experience where, spoiler alert, you're the bad guy in this situation. So,
but like not even that. That's actually exactly my point. Is the fact is like this may not have sold the 9 million units or whatever, right? Or the remake didn't, whatever have you. But it's still incredibly unique, and it inspires the future generation of developers to go out there and make those games. There are so many games now that when we're talking about the big epic boss fights, we bring up things like Shadow of the Colossus as what is clear inspiration for that, from that game.
Yeah.
So again, it hurts me when I take a look at this, again, long list of games that they've made to just like go and just pick one, because like Ico, Shadow of the Colossus, Last Guardian,
like Marcus said, Puppeteer, fantastic.
Puppeteer, and like my pick would be a Gravity Rush, because it would only make sense because you are making a Gravity Rush movie. So, I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, we didn't really gel with Gravity Rush when we played it.
Well, okay, listen, there's some things that don't age well, right?
Yeah.
Like the sewer scene kind of rubs me the wrong way.
Sure. Yeah.
But like there's like
it's
Gravity
good
Rush
concepts, right? Like messing with gravity is a cool thing that wasn't really done in games a whole lot.
No. So like I feel like the premise for Gravity Rush, it's a fun time, and I would love to see them have another swing at it as they're making a animated game, or sorry, animated movie for it. It would just make sense. So I would say big budget thing is Gravity Rush. Sure. Now, Kyle, also I know you're gonna yell at me. No.
Yes.
What are you being like? Is this like the joke?
It's a joke.
Do you think you're a funny guy?
Sometimes. Wow, you're really bringing the funk down even more.
You think you're funny, but Mr. Knack, look at him. He goes big, he goes small. Everybody hated him. Yeah.
No joke though. Knack was a good 5-6 hours of worth my time.
Was he really?
Yeah, I had a good time. It's not the best thing in the world. It's a solid 6. But it's fun.
I will say this: if we break $1,000 on Patreon, I will play and platinum Knack 1.
Oh, that platinum is so okay.
Okay. Is it actually a tough platinum?
I think so. It's
I'll do it live
one.
on stream. I'll do it live on stream.
You heard that, folks.
Yeah. And you don't get to pull the grand, by the way. You don't get to just pull the it's
gotta go through.
It's got to go. Your payment, okay?
I need to buy a fan for down here so I can not be roasting.
Exactly. And then a new PC so he can, do all the cool stuff so you don't hear the fan. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
That's it, Kyle. I need to take a step away, but you go read the news story because I will hear it and I will be back when you go and yell at me about this. So take it away.
Really quickly, though, is there anything on the computer screen you don't want people to see in the reflection?
Like all the porn? Nah,
okay, well, all right, video viewers, get ready to look at Joe's screen in the reflection. Gears of War E-Day job listing hints at possible PlayStation release. This comes from Mike Straw over at Insider Gaming, and Mike writes, when Gears of War E-Day was announced back in June, many fans wondered if it would be a console exclusive to Xbox, or if a PlayStation release would also happen. Fast forward a month later, and a job posting is hinting at a possible release on Sony's platform. The Coalition is looking for a senior online client engineer to work on Gears of War E-Day. This position, according to the post, will, quote, help build the multiplayer and online experience of the game, including, quote, in-game economies and commerce, session management, player statistics, user-generated content, and matchmaking, end quote. As part of the preferred qualifications for the job, the listing mentions prior experience working with online platforms such as Xbox Live, Steam, and yes, the PlayStation Network. While having experience with PSN doesn't necessarily confirm that a PlayStation launch of the game is guaranteed, it's interesting enough that it was specifically mentioned. We know the game is certain for Xbox and Steam, which is why it makes sense to see it in the listing. Here's your daily dose of copium, Joe.
I need it. What do you mean? What do you mean I'm coping? It's the summertime. I'm trying to find the summer vibe. Let me vibe, dude. Why you gotta yuck my yum?
I don't want you and people out there to get their hopes up, because why would they not acknowledge experience with PlayStation Network? If you are working on a multiplayer-centric game in the gaming ecosystem, having knowledge of how they work in general by listing a specific one is great.
Because
we've been through the job search. We know they put crazy things that are the qualifications.
Sure, I've been on Indeed, but if I am making that Indeed post, why the hell would I mention, they don't mention Nintendo?
Because everyone knows that online infrastructure is crap.
But they mention PlayStation? Why do I need experience in PSN if I'm not going to put anything on there? Wouldn't you just say Steam, Epic Game Store, and Xbox?
I don't know. I just don't want you and everyone else to get their hopes up.
Because here's the thing. I'm going to read a little passage from Zermina Khan, who's also taking shots at me. Read the requirement again. Coalition is merely seeking someone who has experience in online gaming platforms. PSN is mentioned as an example of one such platform. The reason Nintendo's online platform isn't mentioned in the list is because it's a completely different category than the others. Microsoft probably will bring more of its franchises to PlayStation, and Gears of War has long been rumored to be one of them. But this particular speculation could be chalked up to a lack of reading comprehension, or maybe a lack of reading ignorance, because I don't want to say that that's true.
Again, here's your daily dose of copium.
It's the cope that I need. Here's the thing. I still hold on hope because of the simple fact of yeah, I get it. It's a platform, but if it's kind of like, if we use Microsoft Outlook, I'm not going to put on that Indeed, page, hey, we're looking for someone that knows the Google Suite, because I'm looking for someone that has Outlook experience. So I'm saying, let's keep hope alive, and let's bring Gears of War to PlayStation, because that would be the coolest thing to me, because I like Gears of War and I like PlayStation.
Do not get me wrong, Joe. It'd be cool to have Gears of War on PlayStation.
Yeah. I
just don't think that this is any clear hint that it's officially happening.
So you don't think this is happening at all?
Now with E-Day, maybe the older ones.
Okay. What do you think? What's the over and under, you think?
Let's say 35%. That the older ones will come to PlayStation eventually.
Oh, no, I think the older ones come to PlayStation.
You're talking about this one specifically?
No, E-Day, no. E-Day is Okay, so in actuality, Kyle, all right, I'll give up the gag. No, this doesn't mean anything. This doesn't mean that E-Day is coming to PlayStation at launch. But as Microsoft moves into this multi-platform company, it will eventually one day, right?
Sure.
And that's where I'm at with most Microsoft stuff. So we can like give up the ghost on like, ooh, what will and what will. I feel like everything will at one point or another.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, the old Gears of War games, absolutely they will. Like, what does Xbox or Microsoft lose by not putting
Sure, yeah,
those games on that platform? Because you have a big game coming out that everybody's excited for. That is E-Day, and why not put the older games on the PlayStation and go, hey, by the way, the new one's coming out on Xbox or
sure.
your Amazon Fire Stick, whatever, dude. You know, you decide. So I think the Gears of War collection is a assured bet. I think E-Day will come at a much later date.
I'm with you on that one. Yeah, I just don't think it's
no
right now within the next year or two, whatever. No, I think it's further down the line.
Yeah, but that being said, like this would be such a day one for me.
Oh, of course.
This is
even if it's a day one for you, no matter what platform it's on.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I'm straight up addicted.
They would announce an MS-DOS version. You'd be like, hell yeah, dude. Let me.
Oh yeah. 100%. And by the way, when like the Xbox guys come in and go, oh, you're begging for it? Yeah, I'm on my knees, and I know Phil will in kind return the favor. I'm on my knees on Gridlock, begging for Papa Phil to give me a Gears of War. You kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you something, Kyle. Real talk.
Yeah.
Any of these fools want to talk that trash? Want to talk that shit? Guess what? 1v1 me, Gridlock, no power weapons. Want to make it a little interesting? Let's choose Annex. You want to go down this route? Because you're gonna lose. Okay, give me the bow any day. All right.
I'm going to just imagine that I understood those references.
And I want to. And now this is my next question to you,
Yeah.
Kyle. Okay, because it's all about fun and it's all about summer vibes.
Sure.
Could you try to explain to me the plot of Gears of War?
Oh,
as someone who's never played.
I think I have a general like idea.
What about it?
There is an alien life form.
Okay.
That comes to Earth.
Okay.
And then over a period of time, they grow into fully grown adults.
Okay.
And they are ready to go and graduate from the sewers, so they pop out of the ground on E-Day, and then you have all these soldiers who are, basically Fast and Furious characters.
Right.
What
is wrong with you?
Ready to take the fight to...
Such an insult you just said.
Trying to remember their names. The Horde's names, whatever they're called.
You're half there.
Half there with what? With Horde?
Uh-huh. There's something that comes before it.
The Brood Horde.
I mean...
I'm close.
Yeah, that's a name.
And you get a Lancer with like a little chainsaw at the end, and then there's a bunch of them. Laura Bailey voices the character. I know that much.
She does. Ashley, yeah.
Yep. That's all I know.
So, okay, not Earth. It's Sarah. It is... Okay. Yeah. They're just celebrating the end of the Pendulum Wars. Cool. These two warring factions. Kind of like Cold War type of like Russia versus America. Well, it's kind of more like... Yeah, kind of. And then on E-Day, these baddies, the Locust Horde, come up from the ground and just start causing havoc and pretty much cause Armageddon for reasons. Maybe we're finding out in Gears of War 6. Who knows?
Okay.
Oh. But yeah, no, there's a whole bunch of stuff. And it's Marcus and Dom. Okay?
Yeah.
And Cole.
Sure.
All right. And the blonde one, Bear, that I don't like. Because he's kind of just a cocky know-it-all.
How come you took offense to me saying they're like Fast and Furious characters?
Because it's not
all about family,
like
is it not?
Between Marcus and Dom, they're brothers.
They're
like brothers.
Okay.
It's not It's not Fast and Furious. It has heart.
So does Fast and Furious.
It doesn't have heart.
Oh,
it has cars.
You're wrong on that one.
Oh, okay. Whole Fast and the Furious has heart.
They do have heart.
Okay.
It's about family.
Which one made you cry?
Fast and Furious?
Yeah. Which one like pulled out your heartstrings?
When Paul Walker died, that ending scene of that one.
Right, because the actor died, and you know he's not.
No, from a story perspective of them leaving, it's still sad.
It's added on because of his passing.
You know what?
It's not because he chose.
Get out of here with your nonsensical ego trip. Get down from there.
Well, ego trip? What are you talking about?
I'm hot. Leave me
alone. They went from stealing DVDs off of trucks to like stealing from the Pentagon or whatever.
And they're going to space. Look at their journey. Look at how much they've grown. You don't get there without love and support from your family. Okay?
All right, fair enough. They always have a barbecue.
They do. And they share Coronas. It's great.
It's always Coronas.
It's always Coronas.
All right, Kyle, listen.
All right.
I want to get into this. We have two very different perspectives when we talk about Concord.
Mm-hmm.
So the PSN beta opened up last week.
Mm-hmm.
As this episode goes off or goes on, it is the open beta this week, so everybody can play. I think regardless if you have PSN or not, you can just go out there and play it for free. So you don't have to pre-order or nothing. So that said, Kyle, Firewalk's first game, a hero shooter, the likes of, an Overwatch meets Valorant-esque type of game.
Sure.
You are not the multiplayer guy. So I want your perspective here first as a person who traditionally, skips out on multiplayer games.
Yeah.
Your thoughts.
I played roughly 5 or 6 hours of it over the weekend.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I loved it.
Yes.
It was so much fun, and you're probably more of the go-to person describing whether or not it has legs or not, but for me, experiencing it for this kind of game for the first time, not really first time, but in a long time, like I've tried Overwatch back in the day. I've played other hero shooters, but not like religiously. I had so much fun hopping between the characters and trying to learn their movesets. I do wish, just an overall thing, that there was a tutorial. The first few matches of trying to learn the ropes, and I still don't know how to do the fancy dashes or dodges. I have zero clue how to do those still. But once you find the couple of characters that you really gel with and matches your playstyle, I had such a ton of fun. And when you learn what the modes are, and even though it was just like a kill confirmed and just a regular deathmatch.
If you get to level 6, it opens up a little bit.
Oh, I did. I didn't try that.
Oh, you didn't try
one? No.
Fair enough, because you're like, that seems a little bit too hardcore.
That's too hardcore. But yeah, I made it up. I think I was like overall level 11 or 12. I found my favorite character. I will continue to play as the Mushroom Boy. Lark.
Mushroom
Lark.
Man. Okay.
If you were playing over the weekend and you spawned in a map with somebody on the opposing team that did use Lark, and you found those spores all over the map, you're welcome. That's
this guy.
I'm just running around constantly planting them, and I love how they stay between rounds.
Yes.
Which is really cool, and it makes it feel like what you were doing matters, even though you are dying at a decent clip. If you're okay like me or bad like me, like I never felt like I was outmatched. It was just I had to rewire my brain and come at it with a different strategy and
love that.
Learn on the fly of, okay, maybe we need a more tankier character. Maybe I need to be a little bit faster or whatnot. Like,
that's why I like when you die in this game, you immediately get to the character select and go, okay, you want to keep playing as Lennox or do you want to go to Mushroom Boy? And you get to choose on the fly. So you can go, oh yeah, we're getting swamped or we're getting stomped on, so we need to change our composition up.
And for me, it was very much like, oh, that other team has the big robot guy. He's kicking our asses. Let me try it and try to level the playing field. Still have no idea how he works.
Yeah.
Because the learning curve on that one's a little rough. But again, it's the level of experimentation it lets you have in between rounds, so you don't feel like you're locked in for a full match on a character you don't love, is great. I had such a fun time, and I'm excited for the other modes. Of like, if they do have a traditional like payload mode, like old school Overwatch. Yeah, it's very cool.
That said, for me, I'm glad that you loved it. Because I also loved it as as the person who, is genuinely into multiplayer games. Speaking of like Luke Lore in the chat, I play with him constantly on Warzone, on Sea of Thieves, on like, on Fortnite, all of it. This is, as someone who loved Overwatch, this very much feels like not a clone in the slightest bit, but their own take on what does an arena shooter feel like with heroes in it that don't feel like copy paste, like, oh, this is the McCree clone, and there's like Lennox is the McCree clone, and there's maybe slight differences to these characters, but Lennox is obviously taking from, this much more popular character or whatever. Each ability from these heroes, it's kind of like Firewalk looked at other hero shooters and went, okay, we are going to work around this to make these characters feel like they are something different. Like the closest character to an Overwatch character is Lennox, and even he is far different than, let's say, a McCree in an Overwatch. So like, I really love the attention of knowing that there are other folks in the field, and then also at the same exact time going, okay, how do we make this not different enough, different? And they really took their time with it. So to me, first and foremost, gunplay feels stellar.
Yeah.
Each one of these characters shoot differently. They feel tight and responsive. Other than some of the sluggish movement from some of the characters and slow movement.
I was going to mention how some of the characters could move a little bit faster, especially like the big tankier ones. Especially because you need to be up with your team, and it is hard to catch up with them. So you can block. I forgot the other big tankier character, Damari, who had the big shields. It's really hard to stay with your team because they are on the slower side, and there's not many, unless you have like my Spore character Lark, who drops the seed and boosts speed for a little bit. It's very hard to make sure you're in front of everybody and blocking bullets. Same thing with gunplay. I wish the health bars weren't so big for the bullets did a little bit more damage.
Yeah.
Because like I at some points were like loading a full clip into somebody and they would still survive. But like my aim was like perfect. And I don't know. It just felt like there could have been a little bit more damage to some of the weapons.
Fair.
But
so, and that is one of the complaints too that I hear, and I think there's definitely going to be some balancing here, because some of the powers and some of the damage
1,000,000%
does scale a little higher and lower.
That
depending
one
on the
character that can fly and then slam the ground, that was a little overpowered, because I would die all the time to that.
Yeah. Oh god, the Rocket Lady. Oh, yeah. I hated her so much. Yeah. No. And like and then like there were times where I'm like, okay, Rocket Lady's here, I need to find a counter. And then like I was trying to learn, okay, who is the best counter to this character? So part of it could be like, oh, I just don't know the meta, or we don't know as a community the meta of the game yet, like what characters complement each other or not. Or it could be like, yeah, time to kill is a little bit too long and some of the movement is a tad bit too slow. That said, Poseidon outside said there's going to be thunder, rain, and lightning. So that's why I turned my head. I'm like, what's going on? I thought there was a car speeding. That's literally the rain hitting. So I may lose connection. We'll figure that out when we get there. But that said, yeah, I think the characters felt great to play. I think the modes were also like, yeah, I mean, kill confirmed and team deathmatch are standard at this point. But even just like how each of the map felt, each of the maps that I've played, which I played about 4 of them, felt like I was playing, not to say a different map, but I was never reusing the same strategy, or I was getting tired of said map. So while none of them were like, Gridlock or, I don't know, Blood Gulch or whatever have you, they still felt unique enough where it's like, oh, okay, I have an idea where the choke points are going to be for this game. And having the different characters in that map meant the game was going to play a little bit differently than before, and having to be on my game for each one of those times. So,
I will say I do have a least favorite out of the maps we had.
Oh yeah,
it's the smaller one with like the big cutout globe in the middle.
Oh, I love that one.
I didn't like it because it felt just too small, and it didn't feel like, it just felt like a big circle.
So yeah, for that one, it's just like, for me, it was like 3 big lanes.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what it was at the, oh my God, this rain is, do you hear it?
No. Maybe when you talk
it's louder than
bit.
a fan. That's wild. Yeah. Anyway.
Listen, if it cools down the weather, fine.
I'm not going to complain. No. I'm not going to. Distracting, yes. Am I going to complain?
I personally love the, it was like, I'm trying to remember if it was like on a freighter ship or not, with like cargo things. That was my personal favorite, because I felt like the verticality and like jumping in the holes in the wall to like cut off enemies or whatnot, and drop in my little sprouts wherever. That felt fun once I found the lane, and it was good.
And the one thing that I really like too is it's, you know, you don't have an ultimate, which means like your abilities are like more like of, maybe if you're a healer, like a support, it may be a grenade ability. The one cool thing is like how you regain those abilities isn't necessarily over time, though you have cooldowns. It's through kills. So it's saying, hey, listen, in order to progress, you have to go out there and be a little aggressive and take some risks. So like my personal favorite character,
and
Lennox,
count as well.
Yes.
Like, you don't have to straight up kill. You can at least just assist on some, and it will still refill, because I didn't get a ton of solo eliminations just because the character I use is not, I think, purely offensive. But I got tons of assists because Lark has like it's almost like a grenade launcher or like a mine launcher, and shoots out these little pods. And if it's close enough to the enemies, it will break apart into a little turret that will track the enemies down and hit them over time and do small damage. But I got tons of assists, and that refresh abilities was not an issue if you had to just worry about just straight up killing them enemies by yourself.
Yeah, so like my only complaint so far is like tanks are a little bit actually too tanky. Like the vacuum cleaner, dude.
Oh my God.
Nuts. Like I'm like, dude, that's a little bit too much health. But even then, like, he's unique because he has this ability where he literally has a giant vacuum cleaner, and when you're shooting at him, it seems like he's just sucking up all the bullets and then just shooting them back at you. I'm like, oh, that is
it fills up his grenade, which is like a trash can, and then you throw the trash can out, or then you can switch it to then shoot the garbage back out as well.
Yeah, and then Starchild was my personal, and I know people are like, he's overpowered, he sucks, we hate him, whatever.
I don't care. Tried Starchild.
Starchild's cool. So his ability, and this is how you primarily play with him. So he's big and hulking. So he is slow, and he's
the Drax dude.
The Drax looking dude.
Yeah.
So what he does is you charge at an opponent, and then when you charge at him and you hit him, you shoot him once or twice with a shotgun. So it's all about connecting that charge. And if you hit him against the wall and you do a ground pound and you kill him, it regains your abilities. So everything gets refreshed on death. So as long as you're killing people and you're doing the charges and you're smashing people, and when you do your charges, you gain like a shield, so you take way less damage. As long as you're doing all of that, he's like a daisy chain of death. It's so good. It's so useful. And guys, if you're fighting in the chat, knock it off. Jeeves, I'm looking at you. Be nice. Be nice. When I say be mean to Luke, I'm not really meaning it. Okay. That said, though, the modes as well are fantastic. So like, yeah, the kill confirmed and the team deathmatch, that's standard. But the neutral bomb and the King of the Hill mode that they have,
that's a
lot of fun. That's in the respawn one. So how it works is essentially it's first to 4, and every round that you win, you can't use that character. So you can't just steamroll an opponent with the character you know the best. It really forces you to use and master every single character and everybody knowing their role. That said, too, you get to win when you level up your characters. or just level up entirely, you get variants of different characters. So the first variant that we got was Lennox, and his difference from what my memory, how my memory works, it may not be great, is like this variant of Lennox has more bullets than the other Lennox, but when he dodges, he doesn't automatically reload. So there's little slight differences to each character that you also have to master if you're going to try to go down that route as well.
Thank you for bringing that up, because that is another thing that I want them to maybe fix or make better. I got 0 upgrades at all for Lark, and I played most of my time with Lark, but I was unlocking things for characters that how dare you, unlocking things for characters that I didn't necessarily like using, like Lennox. I got like 2 different variants very early on. And I wish there was a little bit more character specific, because there were many times I like leveled up and I got like nothing. So I hope the level up and the customization items that we get for getting up. What am I trying to say? The rewards. As you level up. There we go. Rewards are a bit more targeted for the characters you're using, or like a little bit more on the useful side, I guess.
That's fair enough. Yeah. For me, I guess I was in luck because I was just using so many characters, and the ones that I was enjoying, I was getting upgrades too. So yeah, like Starchild and Lennox, they were my go-tos, but then I found one of the healer classes. I was like, ooh, I really like his machine gun that he got. Like he's a really cool, unique character that, again, maybe reminds me of Lucaria, right? Lucio,
whatever. Lucio from Overwatch.
Yep. And maybe the tiniest bit, but like the way he plays is so much fun that I'm like, yeah, I'm a support class, and now I got to really know my role. But just because I'm a support class doesn't mean I can't hold my own.
Sure.
Which I seen some complaints about the game where it's just like, yeah, it seems like if you have heals, you're a bit overpowered. I can understand that to a degree. I think a character like Lennox right now does need a nerf in that heal for sure. But other healers, I'm like, no, I feel like they're fine, and their heals are situational enough where there's still a lot of skill involved when you get a heal off. So for example, with the one character, you have to shoot this orb out, and the other character has to run into the orb if it doesn't reach them to get that heal off. And then it's an area of effect heal that heals everybody as long as you're staying in that vicinity of where, that one guy got the orb. The other one where you're playing as me, he's a big overweight boy with a big jacket, and this one had hair, not me. He throws healing pads down. Those healing pads will stay in other rounds, akin to how your Mushroom Boy was working. So you could actually go, okay, I'm going to place this here so that, maybe the sniper could take a few more hits while she's up on a perch, or maybe, it's well hidden enough that I could run to and get healed up fast. It's really fun, man. Like, the thing that I was so struck by Concord is just how much fun I was having, and how, again, it's not even different enough than a Battleborn or a, Overwatch. And I hate when people keep bringing up those, those comparisons of like, but is it Overwatch? It's like, no, it really isn't. The only way that I could elevator pitch it to you is that it's akin to, but it is not the same. It feels very different. And the thing that I love is that it's not, again, the lack of ultimates really helped this game out so that it doesn't feel like I died because, Reaper ult. It's like, no, I died because, Starchild ran into me and I was being a dumb idiot and I didn't hear his footsteps, which the audio in this game is also spectacular. The footsteps, and then I'm like, I know exactly where they are. Man, again, like the game is so damn good on its own. And go for it.
I want to shout out the visual style of it, and the characters are awesome. Again, it's not everyone's cup of tea and not why you play these types of games. I enjoy the cutscenes of the backstory and learning about what these what do they call them? Free gunners?
Yep.
What they're doing and why they're doing these heists and learning a little bit of the backstory on them in between rounds every once in a while is really, really fun. I also really love how they make it an important thing to keep track of. Of you get, and again, I didn't really dive too deep into it, but like switching characters in a round will also buff you up and buff your team up.
Really?
If you,
I didn't know that.
I believe there's a when you can choose which characters are in your lineup. If you are switching in and out of different characters at certain times, it will unlock buffs. For you and your team. I'll double check. I don't want to speak out of turn, but that's how I understood it.
Oh yeah. And let's get to our question about it. This comes from Stingray X that writes, with the good buzz I'm hearing about Concord from the beta, do you think it has legs? There's a 75% chance of me getting it day one. It's better than I thought. Also, if you played it, who's your favorite character? Again, I think for me, Jabali. Jabali's who I was playing, the healer, right? He was so much fun. Is mine a good mix of healing and damage? As always, take care, fellas. So the one thing that I do hear a lot about this game is like, does it have legs? Yeah, will it survive? Is it popular? I've seen, there's reports about like very low Steam numbers, like, in the double digits. Not good. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. But the positive reception, I think, is the first step of getting this game on track. Seeing the overwhelmingly positive sentiments around this game has me very hopeful for the game's future. That said, I don't feel like it's fair to this game going, hey, are you going to last forever in order for me to say, is this game good? Which I've seen a lot of people go, yeah, but like, those vignettes, how long can they really keep it up? Or, yeah, will this game really get supported after a year? And it's like, all those things are like, but how is the game right here, right now?
Exactly. Yeah.
And I feel like I feel like it's a bit of an unfair. It's putting
too much weight on the game and the devs to have everything 1000% planned right now and already putting them on that such high of a pedestal.
Yeah.
Like, be in the moment. The game's not out yet. They opened up the beta for everyone, which is awesome if you're on PSN, and now everyone this weekend. Just enjoy it, play it, and just know that it is not a finished product yet. They're gonna keep working on it and building on it, and just enjoy the game. And also just with the crew buffs thing, just so I could explain it a little bit better. In the crew builder mode, basically, any ranger class will give you improved weapon recoil, warden longer weapon range, a haunt improved mobility, breacher faster dodge cooldown, anchor increases healing, and tactician faster reload. So let's say you play one of these classes first and you die. If you pick a new character, you will keep that buff from the original character throughout the whole match. And then once you use a different class, so let's say you start with Lennox, right? I assume Lennox is probably a ranger.
Yeah.
The next character you pick will then get that weapon recoil increase. And let's say you pick another class after that character, you keep the recoil and you keep that previous character's buff, so on and so forth throughout the whole thing. So it's, again, incentivizing you to keep switching classes and play different builds, so you can actually like improve mobility. Like, don't choose the tank until you choose all these other ones with improved mobility, so then maybe you are faster. Like, it's a little bit more strategy in the lineup of things.
Yeah. Okay, cool. That's pretty rad. So yeah, no, to me, it's not about if it's like, gonna have the legs or whatever. It's like, am I having fun right here, right now? Then that's all that really matters to me. Again, I want to see this game do well, and I'm not ignorant to the fact that it does have a hill to climb. I'm not ignorant to that. To me, for me to go, am I optimistic to see where this game is in a year? I literally don't know. All I know is like the game's $40. It's coming out in August. I'm very excited for it, and I know for the next few months I'll be playing it and having a blast with it.
Yeah.
And that's all I can ask for. So like for me, it's just like that's up to the PSN gods to decide.
Yeah.
It's not up to me. All I could do is be there and support it if I like it.
maybe this is just coming from where we stand and how we play games, but who looks at a game and expects, okay, that's the only game I'm going to play for a year plus.
Right.
There's always going to be new games coming out and playing. Like it's.
Yeah. So Tommy says DOA should be free to play. I want to say this to that. No, not every game needs to. Not every multiplayer game needs to be free to play to succeed. Look at Helldivers; it proves you wrong immediately.
Yeah.
Look at Power World; proves you wrong immediately. Free to play means that I can make, and this is I was actually talking to Ains about this in the chat. When we were playing together. Free to play means that if I wanted to, I could make a Smurf account and just grief low level people that play this game. It happens in Warzone, it happens in Fortnite all the time, right? It's not Power World. Okay, I know this is a troll, but Power World is not free on Game Pass, by the way. It's still money. You still have to pay for Game Pass. Do you not? Okay, then it's $15. Sit down. So when you make a free to play game, that's what you have to deal with, right? Griefers and Smurf accounts. So again, I'm not here saying it's not. I'm just saying, yeah, I can understand why it isn't. And from what all my multiplayer friends were talking about when we were playing there, and these are folks that do play other games, Overwatch, whatever, big shooter guys. They're like, yeah, I like that it's not free to play because I'm not going to get those type of characters in my games at the start. So there is some pros and cons. It's not just like it's free means everybody can play it. There's also negatives to that as well.
We also saw such a small portion of the game. They didn't have all the modes available at once. They didn't have all the characters or whatever. Like it's wild that we're already having that discussion. The game's like not even out yet.
Yeah. And I really hate that. Again, I hate the toxic discourse. When I see DOA, it does piss me off because it's like developers made this. 100+ people made this game. Can we not be so flippant about it? Like, again, I love Sea of Thieves. I've put 600+ hours into Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves was rough at launch. And to see everybody go DOA, dead on arrival, this, that, and the other thing. Dude, we're 6-7 years after the fact. Right? It's still going strong. It's Microsoft's most successful live service game is Sea of Thieves. So like when I see like the things of like, again, Helldivers population dropped by whatever percent or Sea of Thieves dropped by whatever percent, it aggravates me because we forget the human element of video games. And that's what gets me really frustrated because we see it through this lens of like the dumb console war narrative bullshit. It really pisses me off. Because again, we're forgetting about the community manager that is like, behind the game. We're forgetting about the people behind the keyboards and we get like lost in the sauce here. So yeah, no, it's just, I agree. And again, for me to be flippant to say, is this game going to succeed? I literally couldn't tell you. My odds are, I truly don't know. But to be just like, it's going to die. It's like, okay, dude, well, how's that helpful? It's like people are having fun. Why yuck people's yum? I don't get it. That said, Luke Lore writes, I just beat Lords of the Fallen. Please clap.
Congratulations.
Play down Game Pass and enjoy it, buddy. Should have been playing Shadow of the Year, but all right. Fair enough. No, only kidding. All right, Kyle. That said, enough Concord and me getting mad at chat from time to time.
Sure.
All right, me getting a little frustrated because we forget about the human element. It's time for some flash news. Gotta go fast. And then we're gonna have the Bakar Salim interview.
Sweet.
Until then, right here. PlayStation stars back online globally, but some players are missing points. So y'all, if you are missing points currently, make sure you head on over to the customer service and make them aware of it. I have not seen it myself. My points have counted. So if you haven't, let me know, or not, don't let me know. Let PlayStation customer service know, please.
Sure.
Please. Kyle, have you checked in on your stars page, dude? All those cute little nifty things?
I did. I didn't notice anything missing, but I'm not really buying a whole lot digitally, so I don't know.
Okay. Tommy says it was a console war thing. Okay, fair enough. All right. I'm sorry. I got heated. I got a little heated because I saw a lot of people trying to yuck people's yums. It just sets me off when people do that. I just like to see games succeed. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna be like, well, yeah, like when Power World, I don't know. I bet it's not doing a million numbers or whatever. It's like, I don't care. I hope Power World is a success. I bet it is for them, you know?
Yeah, like, am I bummed Control didn't sell as much as it did? It's one of the best games made.
Hi, Alan Wake, for crying out loud. What are we doing here?
I just want games and the smart people that make them to succeed and keep making things. That's why.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah. A little bit of mean joke came out there. I just wanted to. All right. Saber and Focus Entertainment saddened by the leak of old Space Marine 2 build. Guys, leaks are already out. This game is supposed to come in 2 months. Supposed to drop September 6th.
Mm-hmm.
Story beat is already out there. Beware.
Can we just stop with the leaking? Can we, like, what is the purpose here for doing this? You know, like, what are you gaining outside of what you think is valuable in clout? Like, I don't understand.
It's yucking the yum. And you know what? Why I'm so angry? It's the heat. It dawned on me. We're both glistening. It's like, that's why I was annoyed. Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, I don't understand this either. Cause this really pisses me off for folks that care. I don't. Like, you could tell me the whole thing right now.
Yeah.
And I'm like 2 ways divorced from this. I just want my chainsaw blade. I want to chain the weird necromorph looking guys. That's all I care about.
Sure. Yeah. It's just like, we had the GTA one, we had Insomniac, we got this one, famously Last of Us Part 2. Like, stop! I don't understand. All these the hard work of the developers have go to make something for us to play, and to ruin their surprise and ruin their big moment, just for internet points. I hate it. I hate it so much.
I know. I don't like it either. But I will be there day one for that game. Because Space Marine 2 looks
eventually, yeah.
Oh, it looks hype as hell. That is a day one.
Is the first one available on this current ecosystem? No, right? Damn.
It should, because it's stellar.
Yeah.
I think it would still hold up very well.
Mm-hmm.
PlayStation Plus game catalog and classic titles are now live. I played just a tiny bit of Joan D. Arc.
Yeah.
Yeah. First off, it very much is like an old like Fire Emblem-esque like, tactics game with a really cool animated cutscenes, like manga, like whatever, animated styled cutscenes. It, honest to goodness, pretty good so far. That said,
Sony Japan game, if I'm not mistaken.
It is, yep, a level 5 game as well. That said, though, with this game, it is a PSP game. It's the first PSP game I've played on something that's not a Portal, but even on the Portal, we definitely blew up a sub 580p resolution game, man. Oh, whoa. Looks a little blurry on the eyes, but still, the fact that you get to play PSP games, pretty dope.
Yeah.
Kyle, are you ready for this one?
Oh, I'm ready.
No Man's Sky Massive World Part 1 free update. You ready for this?
Oh, I'm ready.
Universe Refresh. Bug Hunt Expedition. New creatures. This comes from their Twitter. New creatures. Discovery renaming. Water visuals. Combat mech. Varied sky. Water landings. Ooh. Craft solar ships. Spherics.
There you go.
Dynamic waves. Cloud visuals. Water variety, wind, bug, bug queen, and new biomes. Guys, I know that sounded like a whole lot of SEO.
I saw the trailer. Shocking. Like, I was there day one for No Man's Sky. I was very excited, and I was let down by what that initial game was.
Right.
To see this update video and knowing what it was when it first released, what a massive success story. One of the best video game stories, I think, ever.
Yeah.
It's really good. No Man's Sky, from what I've heard, people keep playing that are still playing, is excellent.
So it leads into this question from Silkana, which you could leave your questions in the Trophy Room Discord server link in the description. Be part of this stellar community. Silkana writes, "Hello. Today, Hello Games dropped a bomb of a still-free update for No Man's Sky. I don't want to rehash the launch debate, but just celebrating where they're at. Have you played No Man's Sky? If not, why? Today's update is a perfect time to start because they did a full universe reset.
Ooh, race to the middle of the universe starts over?
Again, this is interesting. Seeing the stills, I'm like, kind of, but just knowing how the game starts for me, it was rough. So I'm like, am I willing to throw 3 or 4 hours into what will be very slow for me in the beginning and hope to build up? I don't know. What about you? Is this enough to get you through the door?
No, just because the style of game that No Man's Sky is, and my current state of what I like to play is not my jam. I'm not a big fan of gathering materials and then building things, and
fair enough.
I just don't have the patience for it right now.
Yeah, I don't have the time for it right now.
I appreciate the ever-loving hell out of it, though. It looks really cool.
Same. I think maybe I'll dabble my toes into it. What do I got? It's a whole universe reset. Maybe I land in one of the Tears of the Kingdom worlds,
Sure.
They have floaty islands. It's like Nagrand in World of Warcraft in the Outlands.
Boy.
Okay?
Ay, ay, ay.
And the cool thing about Nagrand, if I'm thinking of it right, was there was a neutral town that like the Horde and the Alliance would fight over. And you'd fight. Okay. PlayStation Summer Sale is live. 4,500 games on sale. Woo-wee.
You want me to take this one, Joe? Give you.
Oh, no. This little list right here.
Yeah.
We're gonna use for this question. Trust me.
Oh, okay.
I'll take you for a ride. Don't worry.
Okay.
Una writes in, "Hey guys, hope you're both doing swell. With PlayStation Summer Sale starting today, what are your recommendations for the sale?" Now, Kyle,
Yeah.
I know you're a busy boy and you don't have time to read 4,500 games and then give us your top. So
maybe that could be a Patreon episode. We just read all the games that are on sale.
It's like the PlayStation filibuster is what it is.
It's like when Chris Jericho was in the middle of the ring and reading every single wrestling hold he knew, the 1,001 holds. Armbar. Headlock.
So Kyle Stevenson, this list right here, what do you feel like are the games that maybe you look at them and go, oh, wowee, I should pick this game up. Or games that you're like, oh, this is such a solid game. You guys need to pick this up ASAP. What are you doing?
I mean, if you haven't delighted yourself in the world of Kojima with Death Stranding Director's Cut for $19, especially with the sequel coming seemingly next year, now's the time.
Come on.
And, yeah, there's so many like that first one on the list is nuts, by the way.
Whoa, wait. Mortal Kombat 11
is that
was
for real?
Now $4.
Is that the real sale price?
That's nuts. I thought it was Mortal Kombat 1 for a second. That's why I was like,
no.
I was about to turn around and go, we're going to put the show on pause for a second. I think we got ourselves a glitch we're going to take advantage of.
Dead Space for $24 is also great.
So good. Go play Dead Space. What are you doing here?
Liza P for $35. Liza P is so good.
Kyle, I know there's one on this list I've been waiting for you to say, and the fact that you haven't said it yet, third to last. What are we doing here?
Oh,
third?
Yeah, Alan Wake 2 for $38 is fantastic, but
come on, man.
There's also a physical version now. Like, look at the physical version.
True.
It includes remastered, like the first game. So, go do it.
So I think right here, right now, you should be. That's a Ghost reference. You should be looking at The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Complete Edition. That was once $50. It's now $12. You get literally one of the greatest RPGs ever made, one of the greatest stories ever told, and some of the best DLC ever made for $12. Literally hundreds upon hundreds of hours of some amazing content for like 2 Starbucks coffees. That's nuts.
Here's one that I actually might get once I get paid next week.
Tell me.
Because I've had the itch to try it. You told me it's time that I dive into this one.
Yeah.
It's the next logical step in my soul's journey, and that is Sekiro.
Oh my! Is it on sale?
It's 50% off for $30 right now.
Okay, that's honestly the lowest I've seen it go.
Reason why I say it is I was looking at it physically, and it was still $55 pre-owned at GameStop. Like, what are we doing here? That game's why is it still so expensive? So seeing it as it's 50% off, and it's the Game of the Year edition. I don't know what that means, but like
nothing. There's no DLC that comes with it.
Yeah, so that's a pretty good deal.
Dude, oh my god, yeah. And that one's been on sale. Again, the lowest I've ever seen it is $30. So
sure,
yeah, I would jump on that. And I think it's just because it's an Activision game. Because
that's a good call. Yeah,
so that's Activision published, so that's why they're stingy with it. That said, for me, Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Complete Edition, obviously. Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection for $19. What are we doing here? Hogwarts Legacy, put down your guns. It's $27. That's a steal. All right, and you feel a little less bad about the whole JK thing. I don't know. Sea of Thieves,
$29.
Get Returnal. What are we doing? Sea of Thieves, $27 hairs. What are we doing here? Resident Evil 4 remake is $30.
Jeez,
get it. Star Wars Survivor 31, get it. What are we doing?
If you're looking for a really good hard indie game, Blasphemous, the first one, $6.
Elden Ring, $41. If you don't get Elden Ring, the true game of the year of 2022, I will come to your house and I'll give you a sock right in the mouth. Bam, bam, sock you right in the mouth. All right, jeez.
If you want to know what Dragon Age is all about, Inquisition is $4. It's 90% off.
Let's go. That's actually pretty tempting. I remember playing the shit out of the online. It was like a weird co-op.
I played Inquisition a ton. I never finished it, but whew.
I never got into single player. I got into the multiplayer. It's very weird.
If you're interested in that Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 game coming out this year,
I guess
the first one is $4. 90% off.
All right.
Ollie World, $10. What are we doing?
What are we doing? So many steals.
There's tons of really good deals on here. The summer sale usually always hits and has a good lineup, and
this year's no exception.
XCOM 2 for $3. 95% off. Yes.
Well,
what
ladies and gents,
are we doing?
Ladies and gents, that's why we introduce you. Instead of what you've been playing this week, it's our Abu Bakar Salim interview. Past Joe, take it away. All right, video watchers, listen. We don't have any fancy editing software that gets the interview here. We don't have that technology. We don't have that money. Patreon.com/PS make it a reality. Instead, this is when you turn into the audio version of the show where the interview lives right here, right? Yeah, as this video goes on. Yeah, right now. All right, good, great, excellent. Oh my God, what a stellar human being that man is.
I'm so bummed I missed that interview.
He made me feel good at interviewing. It was nuts.
He seems like he's super easy to talk to.
Super easy to talk to, and it's like he practices lines for a living. Let me tell you, because he's just like, yeah. I'm like, you're seemingly interested, you know. Like I feel like we're getting a real kinship. I don't know if this is an actor or the role or you, but like, no, man, he was. Jokes aside, he was fantastic, and to get to speak to him, get to talk to him about his journey, about him, how this game was him going through the grief. And the one thing that was really interesting out of that interview was just like, I asked him like, hey, was it, well, you heard it, but like, hey, was it hard for, you to get into those roles and get like wound yourself? He's like, at the end of the day, it's a job. And I'm like, oh, hot damn. It's like it's like at the end of the day, it's you have to put on that performance. So like, yeah, it helps him get there, but like getting out of it, it's part of the process. Like it was such a stellar interview, and again, very lucky. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and again, thank you all for making that possible. If you're listening, watching, whatever the case may be, I know I'm a little angry this episode. It's the heat. I think it's the heat that's making me all angry and temperamental. But thank you all so much. Okay. Kyle, that said, it's time to prepare the drop. Oh, sorry, you're holding on to something. There you go. Again, it's 183 degrees out. Okay, we got our cups. He's got the Deadpool. Got the Ghostbusty. Prepare the drop. Here are the latest steals and deals coming to the PlayStation storefront. Now, Push Square, where I usually get the list, let me down. Then I went to a PS Lifestyle. They also let me down. So I literally scoured the internet to find what games were coming out to PlayStation this week. Kyle Stevenson of the Trophy Room, you have a question. You have your arm raised.
Can I introduce you to a website called releases.com that we could also use just in case?
Out of the bitch, man. You kidding me?
No. I used it all the time.
Could you put it in the show notes? Like maybe
of
it's
course.
like the first thing?
Of course.
I spent 15 minutes. Well, like 5 different sites.
Hold on, before we continue the drop, I want you to open it up, and I want you to just be amazed if it loads. It has a history of sometimes loading real slow.
Yeah.
There you go. It's up there at the top.
Is it in the starting question or the
No, I put it right in prepare the drop.
Oh, right in the prepare the drop down. Look at us. Look at us. Kind of just here's the curtain. We're peeling it back for you guys. Releases.com. It's better not be porn, Kyle.
No, it's not. It's also not loading at all for me, so maybe it's down.
Now it's down. Oh well, you know what?
Right,
then it would have just let me down to
begin with. It's there. Trust me, everybody.
I'll keep it there. Yeah. July 14th, Darkest Dungeon 2 comes out of early access. Yeah. Heck yes. July 16th, Aerial Knights We Never Yield.
Hell yes. I love the first one. Auto runner. Very, very cool.
That said, make the platinum a little easier. Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, Sweep the Board comes to PlayStation 5. I nailed that. I nailed it, dude. Oh my god. Flock comes out to PlayStation. Let's School and Nobody Wants to Die.
I believe. Let me just check if my internet's working.
Okay.
Six Infinity has a review for Flock, I believe.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. Yes. Head on over to
People
6-1,
love
man.
it. So go check it out.
Okay, all right. If it's an easy plat, I'm there.
Oh, I do not know.
July 17th, Bo, Path of the Teal Lotus. Very excited about this game. It is a drawn. Was it where they draw it all?
Hand drawn.
Hand drawn.
Jesus Christ!
You know, they use their fingers and connect it to other appendages. Hand-drawn Metroidvania style game. Oh, it looks beautiful. I cannot wait.
Mm-hmm.
July 18th. Let's see if I nailed this one. Flintlock the Siege Dawn.
Siege of
there
Dawn.
You go. Siege, God damn it. Siege of Dawn. Okay, Kyle, this one I'm definitely not going to hit.
There you are.
Please. Skim.
Skim, yeah. Nice.
Oh, it's a skim.
Yeah. If you're not familiar with that one, you have to hop between shadows. That's how it's like a puzzle, and you have to stay in the shadows. It's really cool. It's very beautiful.
All right. I've been into puzzle games for reasons that I could talk about probably next week. So yeah, Skim. It reminds me when I was a kid, when like maybe it's just like a kid brain, or like I was a kid but I didn't know I was poor brain. When I go outside and I'd like jump on the shadows.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
There you go. And is between that and the tracks. Like I have a vivid memory of walking to Macy's with my mom, trying to, not jump on cracks so I don't break her back, and like jump into the shadows and stuff. Let me tell you, I was a pretty dumb kid. All right, July 19th. This is the one that everybody is freaking out over. I want to know what you think here, Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
EA Sports College Football 25.
Cool.
Million copies at launch.
Cool.
10 million?
I don't know.
United NCAA?
I'm not a college football person.
Fair enough.
Game, I think, looks cool from what I've seen. Mm-hmm. I'm interested in the career mode, in the superstar mode of actually like having to go to class and keep your GPA stuff up.
Oh, no way. You have to?
Yeah. And like, I saw a clip of somebody playing it, some YouTuber playing it. I was on TikTok. And he got a DM in the game, right, as this college athlete, of someone saying, hey, I got the PDF of all the test answers. Do you want it? And then you could say yes or no, but he said yes, and he did really well on his grades, so he got a buff for the next game.
Oh my God!
But then after the game, he got a DM from the academic supervisor saying, "Hey, we found out you cheated," and then he got a downgrade afterwards.
Oh,
so there's like, you know, a cool little system there that I'm sort of weirdly into, that I kind of want to play, but I don't know. We'll see.
If that was the real world, you know, they'd be like, and we're rushing it under the rug. Just
1,000,000%. We need you out there to beat Michigan, okay? Like,
exactly.
There's no way.
It's so crazy how popular these games, like how the popular college football is.
Yep.
Because like when we went to North Carolina for Extra Life, and for sympathy, I hung out with Luke Lore. We went to this burger joint, and there's literally a cutout of like one of the football players, and I'm like, holy shit! And like our buddy Kev was like, yeah, no, you don't understand. It's huge here.
Yeah.
Like they're celebrities onto themselves. It's nuts. That said, Solar Flare writes, thanks for the show. It's nice to see the likes of Captain Logan and Luke in the chat. If it it is a oh, look at how they say it. It is a positive thing to see podcasters support each other. Well, you know what? They're some of my best friends.
Yeah.
And, you know, we also have the Nerd Chat in here. Thank you so much, Nerd Chat. They're great folks. That's great folks. Yeah, at the end of the day, man, like, again, like most of my friends, they're on Xbox. And it's okay. Because I know that I'm better than them.
Whoa.
You know?
Joe's pushing for his own personal E-Day when it comes to his Xbox friends.
That said, though, honestly, what you just said kind of has me thinking, do I pick up NCAA?
Right, just to see it or like experience it? Like it's... Because back in the day, like the PS2 ones had that system where you like, you had to actually quote unquote study and take like choose the multiple choice answers for a little bit, and it's to me that just helps make that mode a little bit more than just playing games every single week, which is unfortunately what the Madden Superstar mode is which is why I haven't played Madden in a while, because it's just stale. This adds a little bit more variety to it and actually makes you feel like you are a college athlete. And that's
awesome.
That's what I'm excited to hopefully at some point experience.
I will, because like the one thing that, and maybe you probably get this, but like I get secondhand excitement. So like even if it's not my jam, to see people celebrate a thing, I'm like, that's awesome. It makes me excited that they're excited.
Absolutely.
You know? Yeah. It's not like the I'm so like condescending way. It's like I'm excited for you guys.
I mean,
have fun out there.
No joke, your excitement for Bloodborne is why I tried it out, and look at where we are now. Like, look
at that.
It's a cool thing.
Just a couple of Bloodborne boys, let me tell you.
I saw some of that Bloodborne Elden Ring project.
Mod stuff? Yeah, man.
Cool. Well, I saw, was it Morgott as a Bloodborne character? Holy shit. So I think it's called
I just want the outfit.
Right? Graceborn?
Yep. If you guys don't know, there's a PC mod that puts Bloodborne in Elden Ring. I just want the hunter outfit. That's all I really want.
Yeah?
And the saw cleaver, that's all I need.
It's really cool.
Oh my God, dude. Oh my. That's the thing that makes me, again, PC gaming, the allure of like 100 frames per second. Like, nope. No. True 4K. Don't even really care. You're not like, whatever. It's the mods of like, you could put, Neil deGrasse Tyson in as Mog.
I want to turn Millennia into Dora the Explorer. Okay, exactly. I want to fight her. All right,
come on, dude. Thomas the Tank Engine. Like, I love that shit, dude. I live for it.
Let me change Torrent into Clifford the Big Red Dog. You know?
Oh yeah. You know what? I was thinking about this, Kyle. Yeah. I know we're about to get into the whatever. We're having fun.
Yeah.
Next dog, I think I'm gonna name him Torrent.
Oh, that's sweet. I like that.
I think, I think I like that. Like when I get my own place, like, cause real talk, like I love that. Abby's fine. Abby's great. She's the love of my life. She's still a little nippy. Like when she gets overly excited, she mouths on your hand or whatever. But I'm talking like when I get my own house and it's big enough, nice black lab named Torrent. That's it. That's a dream.
I was thinking Torgal.
No, that would be great for Final Fantasy 16.
Torgal's a good one.
Yeah. Torrent would be a good boy. He'd be a good boy. But that's if property value goes down anytime soon. What am I saving up for here at this point?
Oh my God.
It's time for the Sony Pony Express.
Oh,
that's where you get to write in with your questions. We put them in, we answer you, and all that good stuff. Kyle,
yeah.
with all that said, with all that out of the way, this one's actually pretty serious. So let's get on into this.
Toxic writes in, "Sup, boys? I haven't had a question in a while, but I'm having a really hard week putting down one of my 2 cats sometimes this week due to serious health issues at just 9 years old. This cat was supposed to be our son's best friend, who is about to be 6 months old, and now he's going to grow up not even remembering this cat, and it's just been devastating. Curious to hear recommendations for your favorite chill, cozy games, can be AAA or indie, that is just simply positive vibes all around. That's what I need right now. Love you guys, and thanks in advance for your recommendations."
Toxic, if you need anything, you know where my DMs are.
First and foremost, so sorry you have to go through that. It's terrible. It's such a bummer.
It is a bummer. I have, like, so we got a little Tanuki downstairs, and they called her elderly, and we all got depressed. So now she's an elderly cat. We're like, damn, her fur is not as like what it once was.
Yeah,
you know. But no, like, seriously, as someone who is still going through it, the bouts of losing my dog Marty, honestly, I know it sucks, but for me, it's like, live in it, appreciate the time you had, and then start slowly getting back into the groove of things. And so, for example, I had a few bad brain days this past week. Get into something that's comfortable for you and that you're going to like. So, like, a new experience for me would ruin it unless I'm really looking forward to it. So for example, when I put down Marty, the thing that I forced myself to really truly get excited over, and it was easy, was Spider-Man, right? So for you, I would be like, so like if something awful happened, let's just say, I don't know, I pushed my brother in front of a moving bus. The thing that I would get, but after hiding the evidence, I would probably like be playing Bloodborne or something, right? Like something that I know, something I could get lost into,
comfort food,
and that I enjoy. Comfort food for sure. The one thing that is absolute comfort food for me is anything like superheroes. So like Spider-Man 2, again, easy to get excited, easy to forget about what was the trials and tribulations, right? The other thing, like last night, I had a bad brain day, just like you're having today, right? And the thing that I turned on was Star Wars. And let me tell you something, Acolyte, it was rough in the beginning, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you and say it wasn't. It was rough. I was like, "Yikes! What the hell are they doing?" But when I tell you, they put it, dude, they crushed it. They crushed it. I got so excited. Like I was telling Kyle prior to the show starting, I shouted with excitement at 1 a.m. in the morning, like a dumb idiot, because I was a kid again, and all of a sudden it kind of fixed my sour mood. So things that are comfort foods, I would definitely dive into.
Nisa in chat, it's their time to shine. Dreamlight Valley is exactly a great call. Nisa is always championing Dreamlight Valley in our chat, so that is a great one. It is a very fun, cozy vibe, especially if you're at like Disney. I will also bring up a short hike. It's a nice little fun, small, very cozy experience. Little Gator game. Fantastic. Cozy, chill, and like Joe's
Donut Valley.
Yeah, Donut Valley is good. That's a little bit more of like a humor kind of thing, but if that's what you're looking for. But let's also just shout out Joe's game of the year. Play Balatro. If you want something to kind of just take your mind out of focusing on that thing, it is so easy to get lost in Balatro.
I spent an hour and 15 minutes on one seed. I was like, I know I could get to the ante-8, dude. I know I can get. Nope.
Don't let the poker aesthetic turn you off. It's so fun, so addicting. So good. It's a great time.
I could quit whenever I want. That's the funny thing.
And honestly, if you are a PS Plus premium subscriber, I was playing Sly Cooper a couple days ago. I just wanted something like comfort, like old school from my childhood to play, and Sly's there. We got Ratchet and Clank game. There's a lot of solid like old school PS2 era platformers that are on the service that would be a good thing to kind of dive into as well.
Yeah. Good. Again, love you, Toxic.
Absolutely. Ace Insane writes in, hey guys, do you guys think the Portal is a good pickup before a short hospital stay? Even though hospitals aren't exactly known for their great internet? For some backstory, please, Ace Insane. My father is in stage 5 kidney failure, meaning he has less than 10% of his kidney function and is about to require dialysis. Fortunately, I went through the donation testing process and have been approved by the transplant team to donate one of my kidneys to him. Yes. This means I will be looking at a hospital stay of 1 or 2 nights, barring any complications. Not too long of a stay, but I would love a game if possible, with mostly being in a hospital bed. Since I don't currently have a Steam Deck or any other portable device, so I'm wondering if this would be a good time to finally pick up a Portal. What do y'all think? Much love to you both. Ace Insane, I hope everything goes extremely well. You are a hero for donating your kidney to your
dad.
Your dad, like that's amazing. So kudos to you.
I was smiling because Nisa in the chat goes, "Spend 200 more, get a wrong ally."
I would be leery because you don't know what the hospital service is like, internet service.
Well, what's your cell service looking like in that hospital too?
Are you trying to like hotspot it? You're talking about?
You could definitely hotspot. I use a hotspot at work sometimes because sometimes the internet's finicky. Sorry, when I'm on break, I'm a good employee. I know. No, sorry. Let me start this all over again. I know a guy who does this.
Mo Duran. That's his name.
Exactly. And so what Moj does is like sometimes when he's in the office, he's not really in the office. He'll just say, "I'm not getting rethink done, boss." But yeah, no, I use the house internet sometimes, and then I use my phone Wi-Fi hotspot. So depends on how your internet's looking. But Nisa writes in chat like, I mean, $200 more gets you a ROG. Also, is the Steam Summer Sale still happening? Because the Steam Deck was like 200 and something.
Sure.
So,
yeah. And that
it's 64 gig, but
I don't think you need to be hooked up to the internet to use it at all times. So
I'd say get it on Best Buy or get it on somewhere that has a good return policy.
Yeah.
And just say it's broken.
Yeah. I did that all the time. I would buy video cameras to film a summer camp thing. The next day, be like, "Oh, sorry, it's not working."
And they're like, "We know. You could just tell me the damn
Talk about keeping boxes. Hello, that's another reason. Keep your boxes.
Exactly. Keep the box. So like for this box right here, like there's a trial period. You know what I'm saying? But I like this mouse so far. It's doing me well.
Yeah. Savoy Prime writes in, "Hey fellas, question for the show. Joe, when are you going to get the shadow ban lifted on Twitter? This is getting out of hand. Are you shadow banned again?"
I am shadow banned again.
What are you doing?
I don't know. I don't even know, dude. I don't even like the app anymore. You know? I'm just on it to see gaming news and then I peace out now, you know? It's like I don't know. I don't know what alt-right Alan has to like. Why do I care what he has to say about goddamn anything? And I gotta see like Elon's shitty opinions, his shitty cars, you know?
Why?
The foot pedal comes off of the goddamn truck.
Why when you said alt-right Ryan, right?
Alan.
But
yeah.
A crystal clear image of a human being popped in my mind.
Lisa, you keep talking. Don't worry about it. Sorry,
and
go for it.
That is crazy to me. It's crazy that I had an instant image of an alt-right Alan in my head. Like, no delay at all.
No delay. We know, yeah.
That's wild.
We know a leftist Larry as well. We're going to keep it fair and balanced here.
Sure.
Boom, close your eyes, you know? But yeah,
man.
no, I don't know. His cars are shitty. He seems like a really shitty guy. His kids don't talk to him. Maybe it's because I say that out loud, you know? Being sued by the state of California. I don't know.
Yeah, no.
Moving to Texas is such a strange move too, knowing how the power grid's kind of shit. So it's like gonna remind people that hey, if the power grid's out, you can't really drive anywhere with these things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Elon sucks. That's all I gotta say. The app's just awful. I truly just use it now. Just like okay, what's the gaming news? And then I'm out. Threads does seem like a really good alternative because it seems like it's less just I don't know, everybody being upset all the time.
I'm
just sick of seeing people upset all the time.
I'm also at the age where I don't know if I could build myself up on another social media site anymore.
Yeah, and like,
I don't think I have it. I don't have that dog in me, so don't call me RFK Jr. I can't. I can't do it.
Kyle, you're breaking your rule. You're breaking your rule,
I'm
Kyle.
sorry. Damn it. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it was worth it. It was worth it.
Papa Taz writes in, "Hey fellas, I have a question for the Sony Pony Express. Yeah. With the collaboration between Call of Duty and WWE, is there any other games you would like to see do a collaboration? I don't play COD. I want that Rhea Ripley skin."
There's a Rhea Ripley skin?
There's a Rhea Ripley. Mommy is in COD. Okay?
Let me tell you, the after show is going to be very different.
Yeah, it's Rhea Ripley, it's Cody Rhodes, and it's Rey Mysterio are in Call of Duty now. And I believe they added like a wrestling ring as part of the Gulag or something. Unless that was just for the commercial.
Stupid enough to be in Warzone.
But that's cool.
Warzone just seems like an amalgamation of what a 34-year-old man thinks a 17-year-old would think is cool. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, fellow kids.
Hello, fellow youth.
Maybe they're also shadow banned on Twitter, and they're just seeing what the trends are. Like, you know what? Cody Rhodes finished the story. Everyone's thirsting over mommy. Oh, Rey Mysterio's still around? Yeah, let's put him in. I would love... Man, there's so many other games that have made collaborations already. Like Fall Guys had a WWE collaboration already.
Yeah. Have they really?
Yeah. Undertaker is a bean. I think Xavier Woods is a bean.
That's awesome. I want the Xavier bean. No, Undertaker a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is a tough one.
Yeah.
I would love
Iron Claw collab.
I want to
talk about a movie that made me cry. Jesus.
I want a PlayStation character in like Tekken.
Like an Aloy?
Like a neck.
Son of a bitch. I'm having fun this episode. This is good. Yeah. This is a good time.
I don't know what about you. Is there a collaboration that comes to your brain?
No, because every time I have it just magically appears.
Sure.
Like, what am I gonna do? Put easy answer. Put Bloodborne in a thing. I'm not.
Yeah. Fortnite's kind of taken that kind of collaboration thing and taken away the specialness, I guess. In my
little bit. But that said, like, I still want to go back and I want to like the Brotherhood of Steel outfits and I want to get those. So yeah. I don't know.
Kildane writes in, with Deadpool and Wolverine coming out next week, it feels like a miss for the Wolverine game not to be coming out around the same time frame. Do you think that might have been the plan at one time, but the leak derailed development, or caused them to take a second look at what they had based on reactions to the leaks? If so, do you think we will see it next year?
If we're lucky, we'll see it next year.
Yep. I don't think it was ever tied to Deadpool Wolverine.
No. I truthfully, I think what probably was just like, hey, listen, we have an idea to make more Marvel properties, and we want to start with Wolverine. Yeah. And they're like, oh, okay. Because like, if you don't think like there's gonna be more like on top of Wolverine, we got to be kidding ourselves here.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I think Wolverine is definitely like the start to building something bigger. But it's not because Wolverine's in Deadpool. I think it'll sync up relatively nice if we get like X-Men sometime soon in the MCU. But even then, it's not like a need.
Wolverine's a big enough character that they don't need to tie it to another already existing thing. Similar to like Spider-Man 2. They didn't release that just because Spider-Verse was around the same time.
Yeah.
Like that would have been released regardless.
Yeah. Happy coincidences.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
A great question, Kildare.
Excalibur writes in for the final question for the Sony Pony Express. Yeah. Any advice on a fearful flyer? Have a trip coming up and the anxiety is already kicking in. I've flown before, but it never gets easier. Tying this to gaming, have either of you ever been truly spooked by something in a video game, specifically not horror related? I recall playing MGS2 as a kid in a dark room and sitting close to the TV and getting called out by the game for doing those exact things during the whole fourth wall breaking sequence. Needless to say, I upped and ran out of there, tiptoeing in later to turn the console off. Anything set your spidey senses off like this? Anyways, Thanks for all you do. Appreciate you and the show. Appreciate you. Thanks for writing in.
Appreciate you as well. Any advice for a fearful flyer?
I'm also kind of on the anxious when it comes to it, but once you realize like thousands of people do it every day.
First off, don't look up if you're on a Boeing. That's the first thing you don't do. Okay?
Yeah.
And if you're traveling international, chances are you're not, so don't worry about that. Second of all, she's just like, why the hell did you say that? I want to look it up.
Don't.
Don't. Honestly, like, the advice to me is like, it's gonna sound like get over it, but like, just do the research of like, understand. Even when we get to like the jokes aside, plane travel, like traveling via aeroplane, the safest way to travel. So much so that when it goes awry, they literally have it on TV. That's how safe it is. Like car crashes, man. Let me tell you, every day, right? Same with like, I don't know, trains or whatnot. So like, just think about it like it is the safest way to travel. You're gonna be fine.
Yeah, and to piggyback off of that one, whatever airline you are on, whatever you're flying through, what I did when I first flew, not that long ago, it was only like 5 years ago or something when I first flew. I would look up YouTube videos of like, what's the plane look like on the inside? Like, learn the layout of the airport, and so nothing is like really a surprise. And just kind of like go in already knowing your surroundings a little bit helps for me personally. Fair. And just like plan something for you to either listen to, like a podcast, or have a playlist, or bring a game or something. Just plan for something to occupy your mind, because once you do that, like, you won't even realize you're in the air.
You want to know what I wasted for a good hour and like 30 minutes on?
What?
In the plane. Shout out to Emirates, because y'all have Bejeweled on the screens. Dude, I'm so good at Bejeweled. It's kind of ridiculous. That's kind of my useless skill, is like being ridiculously good that I could beat a 45-year-old mother.
When I flew to LA for SGF, I played against somebody in Battleship, and I could see their screen.
It's like, how is this guy beating me?
I was like, all right, you're literally the only person on this plane that's playing it right now, so let me kick your ass because I can see you.
Here's a little bit of a cheat. I don't know if you're going with anyone or not, or if there is like assigned seats or whatever, but what me and Amy did when we went to Italy, or when we left, was we picked it so that I got one end of the seat, Amy got the other end of, one end of the aisle, Amy got the other, and there was a little middle seat that was free. So it was just kind of guaranteeing us, unless it was sold out, that we would have a space to have more leg room, because God knows you're going to need it.
Sure.
Because like the way I thought of it was like, yeah, we're going to get more leg room, which we got the whole aisle. It was beautiful. Like the whole, like there was like 8 seats.
I've only flown JetBlue and they're all assigned. There is just like open seating.
No, we it was nice. It was nice. But also, like, Excalibur, the only little bit of advice, the only time you should be fearful if it's a Spirit flight. Once he's like, it is! What are you doing?
Don't listen to Joe. You'll be fine, even if you're flying on Spirit.
I had a little bit of a cheat code first time I went, though, because I had my mom, what was it? What's the thing that gets you, like, a little sleepy? Xanax, right?
Ambien?
Yeah. Maybe it was either an Ambien or a Xan. Half a Xan, man. That's what I popped.
Sure.
And then I went sleep. And I woke up and I was in the middle of the Atlantic. Don't panic. You're going to be fine.
Have you seen, and I promise we'll answer your second part of the question. Have you seen these TikToks of the trend of these guys raw dogging a flight? And let me explain.
All right.
They don't watch any entertainment. They don't read any books. They just stare at the flight screen of where they are.
What type of serial killers?
Exactly. I was like, you are all insane. What are you doing?
Dude, that's nuts.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I only get, like, the only times I get anxious on the plane is, like, because of COVID, right? Because you're like, oh, this is a tin can. But even then, it's like, it's not real. Secondly,
what are we doing? The heat's getting to your brain.
I know. I'm starting to believe in conspiracy theories. Anyway, so when you're flying above the flat Earth, just understand that
Jesus Christ.
It's the safest way to travel, but like that's the only time I get a little nervous. But then it's like, oh wait, that's still super ventilated, so you're gonna be fine. Yeah.
Okay. What non-horror game?
Oh right, second part. Sorry. Again, I always remember this time where I was playing Uncharted 2 online after I just played the first Dead Space, and I rounded a corner, and it was a dark corner, and I was like, huh, Necromorph. I'm like, wait, what different game? What is wrong with me?
That is also a good call. I think my answer would be the first Uncharted. Because I did not know that there were creepy zombie-like enemies in this game. That it was supernatural at the end. I was like, what is happening?
There's also a part in the Star Wars Republic Commando in the Geonosis levels where it gets a little dark and it gets a little spooky and you get a little scared. Other than that, pretty... Yeah, that's all I got. That's all that's coming to me right now. Technically, Bloodborne's not a horror game, but like there are scary elements. Sure. Even scary elements in like Elden Ring when like, oh my god, the Abyssal Woods.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, the Abyssal Woods in the Shadow of the Erdtree DLC. I'm like, let me just get the one scatter tree fragment and I am out of here because I don't want any of this.
In the same vein, the first time I encountered one of those hand enemies in Elden Ring, nope.
I want off this ride. Thank you very much.
Not today, Satan.
Yeah. Stellar Blade also had this like part where you could only use your gun in certain parts, but then I was like, oh wait, no, the enemies are kind of all they got is like they jump a little bit and then you shoot them.
And the other example I have, I was playing a horror game, but when we lost power while I was playing Dead Space and it wasn't a scary part, and I thought it was real for a brief second, that freaked the hell out of me.
Oh my goodness. What a great set of questions. Thank you everybody for sending your questions in. That's fantastic. With all that said, that's been the Trophy Room this week, Kyle. Is there anything you want to shout out before we get on out of here, sir?
Sure, myself, Mr. K-Set, pretty much everywhere. Go follow me there. 61 Indie for all the indie gaming news that we do. We have a showcase coming in September. We're filming in a few weeks. We have to write the script and stuff. Busy times.
There you go.
Yeah, be kind to each other. All the love to you and yours. And I was going to say a joke, but I'm going to not do it now.
All right, fair enough. I blanked out because it's getting too hot and I'm starting to hallucinate.
If you can't tell, I am...
No, I can tell, dude. Everybody, tune into the video version.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. No, don't wonder why I was so angry this episode. The heat's getting to me something fierce. I'm so sorry, person that probably was asking very like pointed questions or whatever, and I was just hooting and hollering at you. I didn't mean it. Yeah, I'll calm down next time, I promise. I swear to God, if it's another 90-degree week, Kyle.
Nisa and everyone else who said this earlier, I don't have air conditioning.
He doesn't have air conditioning.
I have to struggle through it.
My mic cuts out when the AC's on, when I'm using the software. So I need to master the software first, which means I got to spend more time doing in the production booth. I just haven't had time this week. Last month has been pretty nuts. Boy. So, all right. Anyway, with all that said, with all that out of the way, you can find me over at Mr. Badbit on Twitter and Mr._Badbit on Threads. I'll try out Threads more this week. That's my mission statement. Everybody in chat's like, go to Threads. It's kinder. There's not a lot of like electric car talk, so it's good. All right, I'll give it a go. I'm very pro fossil fuels. That's my hot take.
I like fracking,
Yeah, for like what's a little set your water on fire. I feel like that's actually kind of giving you like the spice of life,
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, who needs clean water? You can find me at Mr. Badbit. You can find this show, The Trophy Room, on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, at PS Trophy Room, on YouTube / The Trophy Room PlayStation Show. With all that said, and with all that out of the way, everybody, keep your wits about you. Keep hunting. Keep playing PlayStation. See y'all.
Love y'all. Have a banger of a day.
Woo!